we know how to open up a project. Now we know that it's this icon here, so I'm just going to open this and I'm going to go through what I did before very quickly. Okay, now anytime you open up something in Apple, up here, look, it changes to the program that is ready to be used. Okay, so if I click here, it will go to Finder. If I click on Chrome and load up Chrome, Chrome will appear there. Okay, but I'm using Logic, so if I click on here again, and I'll be able to click now and make a new project. So File, New, Empty Project. And what we're going to go through today is just a few more basic things. So we know, I've told you last time that how to create tracks. So I'm just going to create one this time. Create. Okay, so here we go. We have, again, as I say, I will get this sorted out eventually. What should happen is we should just have a basic instrument that comes up, but it doesn't. It comes up with this, and I think that's a bug. So if I click on here, we go down to reset the channel strip. So reset it, and there you go. That's what it should come up as. It's an instrument that's blank. Now, I'm just going to go over a few more little things about what these things are here. Okay, what are these blank spaces? We've looked briefly at what these are, but we'll go for these controls here, the transport controls, which basically play, record, pause. These, what these are, what this is, you should maybe know what that is. That's tempo. Oh, let's come up there. Look, time signature, and what the MIDI is doing. But you don't even know what MIDI is at the moment, or some of you might, but don't worry about it. It's not important. So here we go. I'm going to get a synthesizer, and I'm going to choose a lead. And I quite like the sound of Fifth Moon. So let's get that up. Again, now to get this little keyboard up that I got yesterday, you have to push tab. If I push the tab button, and there it will appear. Turn it off and it goes off. That's obviously the button that turns your letters into capitals. So click that on, and there we go. So now I can use the keyboard. Oh, Friday. Oh no, Fifth Moon. Okay, so now I've got my keyboard, but you've obviously got your little pianos in front of you, so that's all you need. I'm going to record in a few notes, and then I'm going to go over a few of these things. So to record something in, we click here. 1, 2, 3, and then I'll just start something. Ooh. Okay, that'll do. So to stop that, we go down here, just push the stop button there. I want to go back to the beginning, so I'll go to there. And if I want to go to the beginning of the last bit I've recorded or selected, I push this one here, and it will go straight to the beginning of that look. Okay, but I want to stop it for now. Now I want to pull this to the beginning of the bar, just for now, and I want to edit the notes that are inside. So I will use the piano roll here, look, or I can double click. So if I double click, there you go, the piano roll opens up. Here we have my notes that are recorded. Okay, so I think there was only a little bit there. Let's make it a little bit smaller. These obviously make zoom in and out, look. Okay, now let's go back to the beginning. I can hear that they're off the beat. They're not on the beat. Look, if I put the metronome on here, this is the metronome. Totally off the beat. Rubbish, rubbish recording there. But here we go. I'm going to put them on the beat. I'm going to cheat because this is what the editing here allows you to do. And this is what everyone does. You record something in, it's not quite right, but you're able to change it afterwards. So there's a quick way of doing this, and it's called quantize. Okay, now quantize basically moves all of your notes onto the nearest beat. Each one of these, you can see that it's separated by 4 gaps. Okay, so that's 4, 8, 12, 16 between 2 and 3. That's one bar of 4 beats. So I'm going to quantize it to the nearest line. Okay, so to do that, I want to select 1/16. Then there you go. You see them move? They all move to the nearest line. This one I actually want to start at the beginning of bar 2, and I want this one to start there, and that's the second beat of the bar 2. So you've got first beat here, second beat, third beat, fourth beat. Okay, now again I want them to be the same length, so if I select them all and push shift, they'll all, and hold the mouse down, I can make them all that size. Okay, and now I can just select, make that little icon up here, and it means that I can pull the notes and stretch them. So hold the note down and I just stretch them out, just like that, just like that. Okay, oh, there we go. Okay, this one I want to be a bit longer. I want this to go up to there, and I want this one to come back just a little bit, and I want this one to go right up to the end there. These ones I don't even want. Now I've got that, I can loop it, so I don't want these ones either. So if I play that now, it should all be on the beat because I've got the metronome on here, and let's play it. Oh, that doesn't sound so good. I don't like that at all. Oh, here we go. This one isn't quite on the beat, look there. So I need to move this one along. There you go. So let's try that now. Let's do it. Still sounds rubbish. I don't like it. So I'm going to move this one here. Let's try this. Let's try this. So go back. That's a bit better. It's a bit better. So I move that there. And that there. Let's try that. No, I'm going to move this one. I'm very fussy, you know. This one there. And this one here. And now I'm going to try it. See, that to me is much better. It sounds more, well, like what I like. So I'm going to loop that now. Okay, I'm going to turn the metronome off. I don't need that anymore. Here, look. Now, you might have think, well, I'm looping. What's that? Okay, looping is where I can get this to repeat over and over and over again. And it's done by this, using this button here, cycle. Okay, on here it calls cycle, but you can also call it loop. And you can see that the green, when the green isn't there and it's just a shaded area, it's not going to loop. So if I go back to where, it will stop looping. And you can do this in GarageBand, of course, as you know. So I'll put cycle on because I want it to go over and over again. The other thing I want to do is I want to cut this because I don't need this here. And this is something you can do in Logic that you can't do in GarageBand. If I hold that down there and go to the scissors, I can just hold it on and I can cut it off there. Cut it so you can see that it's snipped. Get the eraser and delete the rest of it. Brilliant. Okay. So up here you've got all of these different tools: mute, solo. If I cut that, you can see that if I go back, I've got it chopped in half, but I don't want to do that. I can glue it back together with the glue, of course. Okay, but I did want it cut, so I'm going to go back to the scissors, and there you go, cut it, and then delete it. All of these other tools, you can they're kind of self-explanatory. With the pencil tool, I can write bars in, I can write things in. Okay, the eraser tool, you've seen that in action, it just deletes things. Okay, the pointer tool, this is my general all-purpose tool. It allows me to select different instruments. So if I want to change the fifth moon, let's try Electro Clash Lead, let's give that a go. What about Glow Stick? That is pretty cool, I quite like that one, so we're going to keep that. Now, let's go back over here. I hope you've generally got a good idea of what's going on here. I'll go over these little things another time, but you've got loops, just like in GarageBand. You've got loops here that can be used. The bin is an audio bin, so if I do lots of recording, this is where my audio files will be, and I can just drag and drop them on. But anyway, like I said, I'm not going to go over those now. Oh, and something you might like to know, because I know that a lot of you like to, like colour, so you can just change the colour of the track if you like. So I like blue, so I'm going to make it blue. Okay, just by going to this part here, it brings up a palette. Anyway, So, I've got the sound I like. The other thing I'm going to go over, because a lot of you probably look on the side here and think, what is this? What is this? What is this here? What's this? And what are these things? Okay, these are different effects. You've got, I can hold my mouse down and I've got all of these different effects. FX mean I can create reverb, delay, distortion, all those crazy sounds that you hear in music. I think, how do I create that? It's probably done with effects. Okay, so on your track, this is my channel, this is my glow stick channel. I've got my fader, which controls the volume. So when I've got lots of tracks going on, I can have, you know, perhaps my glow stick sound is too loud, so I can turn it down. Okay, the other thing I've got at my disposal is I can turn pan. So it will now be in your left headphone, and now it'll be in your right, okay? And this creates a more interesting mix. It livens things up. It makes them a little bit more, you know, interesting to the listener to have something in the left and something in the right. It's just it's a production and mixing technique. Here you've got lots of different effects. Now, I'm only going to go over these today, you know, but to add more, I just go to here, delay, or let's go to, I quite like this. Space Designer. This is a great little reverb, and reverb is the thing that allows you to add space to sounds. So if I put that on, so if I stop it, you can hear there's a delay, there's an echo, and that's like, it's like I've dropped my computer into the middle of a church, and all of a sudden, you know, you can hear the reflections from all of the walls. It's just like it's in a different room, a huge room. So I can add more there, less. I think there's quite a good medium. I've also got this one, stereo delay. I'll show you exactly what stereo delay does now. This is a very good tool. I don't know if you can hear it, but very slightly there is. Let's take this. Move Space Designer. So I click on this, and I'll click Bypass, which turns it off. It's not done exactly what I wanted it to do. Usually, let me take this out. I'm going to take this one out. I'll take the stereo plugin out. I'm going to take this one out. I'm going to take the limiter out as well. You don't need to know what those are for now, but I'm going to put in a new delay altogether. Let's see how it sounds now. Now I'm going to put in this kind of delay. Tape delay. Stereo delay will do the same thing, but I just want to show you an example of what delay does. Here we go. So if I let it play, it will just delay and keep going. There you go. I've stopped it now and it just keeps going because it's delaying, it's feeding back. You can just turn it off by going bypass. And there you go.